These women could actually play in the NBA.
If one of the females got on the team and they kept her for 4 years, she'd be ready.
But before I reveal my list of WNBA players that could play or could have played in the NBA, I need to let you know that this took a ton of work. I spent countless hours researching, watching footage, creating statistical models and analyses, interviewing individuals who are in the know, talking to people, gathering opinions, looking at the numbers, even attending NBA and WNBA games in person so I could give you the best analysis possible. It took a ton of work, so I'd really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe for further content. So before I get into the list, let's establish a few things. What is the WNBA? Of course, we know it stands for Women's National Basketball Association, meaning the best female basketball players in the world. The best in the basketball business, no question about it. So how does it relate to the NBA? Well, it's the Women's National Basketball Association, where the NBA is just the National Basketball Association. So they have the NBA part in common. They're both professional leagues, which means the players that play in the league get paid to play. The type of people that play in these leagues, well, they tend to be a lot taller than the average person. For example, the WNBA players are a lot taller than your average woman. So the WNBA has a closer three-point shot and a slightly smaller basketball, but just like the regular NBA, there's a regular season and there's a playoffs. Translation, both leagues, the WNBA and the NBA, play a lot of games. I mean, these are professional athletes that we're talking about here.
But it's like you have to let them play against the boys right now.
So what skills would translate from the WNBA to the NBA? Well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? We're talking about basketball in both cases. We're talking about basketball associations in both cases. In fact, we're talking about national basketball associations in both cases. All of your basic basketball duties would be required to fulfill this job.
Maybe it's time for me to get a better duty.
You have your dribbling, you have your rebounding, you have your shooting, you have your defense, which includes your blocking ability, your steals, your contesting ability. All of these would translate from the WNBA into the NBA. So we have reason to believe then that if a woman in the WNBA is really good, that these skills would translate over to the NBA. In either case, the ball still goes up and down, the ball still has to go through a net, and you still have to attempt to stop someone from scoring. All while playing this game in front of fans.
Ionescu, good look into Jonquel Jones, who lays it in.
So after diving into these numbers, after doing all my research and watching the footage and attending games and speaking with those who are in the know, I was able to compile this list. And so now, without further delay, let's get into the list of WNBA players, women who could actually play in the NBA. These are the WNBA women who could have played or could play in the NBA. So what'd you think about the list? Did I leave someone out? Did I miss someone? Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Let me know in the comments below. We've established that the list of women could easily get into the NBA, but do you know who couldn't get into the NBA? LiAngelo Ball. And the reason will shock you. But to find out why, you're gonna have to click on this other video.